Very good evening, everyone. Today I have a very interesting vintage calculator to show you. This is a Sharp elsi-mate model EL-866 solar-powered folding calculator from 1985, complete in the box and all of the original papers. This was given to me by my dear late friend Neil. Neil gave me a couple of calculators a few months back. He tried to get into calculator collecting, but he ultimately lost interest in it. So he gave me this and one other one, which I'll be showing in a future video. This is a very nice calculator, very well built and beautifully designed. And complete in the box with all the papers. So let's see what the box says here. Some stuff on the back. It was indeed made in Japan. No surprise. Imported by Sharp Electronics of Canada Limited, so it was a Canadian market calculator. Very cool. So let's open it up here. And let's just take everything out at once. We'll look at the calculator first before we look at the papers. So here's the calculator, and take a look at this. Look at how absolutely gorgeous this calculator is. It is entirely made of metal. It's just beautiful. It's quite heavy for how tiny and thin it is. Look how thin it is, and this is a folding calculator. That's how thick it is folded up. And it's entirely metal. It's just so beautifully designed. See how it shines there, and it's got the gold accent there, the Sharp logo in gold. This is one of the most beautiful calculators I've ever seen, just in terms of aesthetics. Let's see, made in Japan. There's a serial number, and there's a little BN mark. I forget what BN stands for, but BN was basically an organization founded by several calculator manufacturers. It was just sort of like an alliance where they set standards for calculator manufacturing and design. So calculator manufacturers that were part of this alliance manufactured their products to a certain standard and to a certain quality, and as a result they got to place this mark on their calculators. So we just lift it open here. Here's the inside. And there you go. And here's what it says there. It's a standard LCD display. And there's your solar panel. There is no battery. It's entirely solar powered. And there's the keypad there. So we've got our basic 4 functions. We do have percentage. We do have square root. We have a clear entry key, which is nice, and full 4-button memory, which is also nice. And this keypad, it's a plastic membrane. There is no tactile feedback, and you don't have to press very hard. It's just a very light press, almost like a touch screen. And despite the relatively large solar panel on this calculator, it does need a lot of light to work. If I move it out of the way of my desk lamp here, it instantly dies almost under the regular room lighting. I think if I move it under my lamp here, yeah, that gives it enough power to function, but it's not lit up very well. It does need a quite reasonable amount of light, more than a modern calculator would need with a solar panel that size. Of course, it's important to know that this was in the early days of solar calculators. The very first solar calculators had only come out in 1976. The first calculators entirely solar powered with no battery inside them came out in 1978. And this calculator was introduced in 1984. And this particular example I have here was presumably purchased in 1985, because if we look on the lip of the box there, someone wrote a date, April 10th or October 4th, 1985. Other than that, it's just it's a very standard calculator. We do have a memory indicator there, so I clear it. And then if I do 5 minus and then recall memory, that'll give us a negative number, so we do have a negative indicator there. Display is going a bit dim because my camcorder is hovering over the solar panel there. But clear memory and subtract from memory and then add from memory, and yeah, so if I go 100 or actually let me go 200 times 50, and then when I hit the percentage it should give me 100. Yes, it does, so it works as one would expect. And square root works just fine. Let me produce an error condition here. +1. There you go. And I think this calculator is, let me do that again. I think this calculator is primitive enough that you can clear the error condition and keep working with the garbage number that it comes up with. So I'll press clear entry. So now it's given 1.0000. So if I add 1, it gives me 2. So it keeps. Let me produce another error condition. I'll do a multiplication here. So there's that. Oh well, that didn't produce an error condition. Multiply it by 3. There's an error condition. I'll press clear entry. So if I +1, yeah, it keeps working along with the garbage number that it came up with. So that's kind of it's kind of amusing. But if we just take a moment to appreciate the really wonderful craftsmanship of this calculator. It's all metal except for the plastic protecting the display and the solar panel, and the plastic keypad, and there's a little flexible silver colored plastic covering here that protects probably a ribbon cable going between the top and bottom halves. But the hinge itself, and my hands are a bit shaky, but the hinge itself is also metal. And of course, see how thin it is. This is what you can call a wallet size calculator. Fold it up, it'll fit in a wallet. I've been tempted to stick this in my wallet, but I already have a wallet size calculator in my wallet, and I have never ever used it. I've had the same wallet my entire life. I've been using it for over 10 years now, and I have a calculator that's been in it the whole time, and I've never pulled it out. So I won't. I'll spare this calculator. But just the craftsmanship of it is something to behold. It's very, very beautiful. So that's the calculator itself. Now let's take a look at the documents here. Is anything stuck in the box? Nope. First we have a warranty paper. Sharp Electronics of Canada Limited. 1 year. Fair enough. Oh, it covers all the types of products they make in this. Clocks and desktop calculators. They only warranted their desktop calculators for 6 months, which is kind of odd. But fair enough. Yeah, so there's that. Inside it would be, I assume, the French version. Yes. So that's that. And there's a couple other papers here. We have, what is this? Caution, since the display, liquid crystal, of the calculator is of glass material, treat the calculator with care. Do not put your calculator in the back pocket of your pants as it may be damaged when you sit down. Fair enough. And then we have the manual. It's in 5 different languages. How many pages? Oh, it's just 2 pages for each language. Power supply. Press on whenever you see no indication or meaningless figures or signs despite sufficient light. With brightness criterion below, operate the calculator at 50 lux or more. Outdoors or by the window. Incandescent lamp. Fluorescent lamp. Use the calculator where it is not exposed to direct sunlight but receive enough illumination for comfortable reading. Use the calculator wherever it receives the same illumination retained within 2.5 meters of a 100 watt incandescent lamp. Use the calculator whenever it receives the same illumination as attained within 1.5 meters of a 15 watt fluorescent lamp. Well, we meet that one. No, do not press the display portion. This may cause a malfunction in the display, make the display vague, or result in damage to the calculator. Do not twist the calculator on its hinges when in the open position, as this could cause damage. When depressing the keys, it is possible that the display may disappear due to a shortage of light. The unit may not receive enough light if it is not fully open or your hand covers any of the solar cells. Specifications: 8-digit electronic calculator with solar cell, from freezing to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 4 millimeters thick when folded, weight 40 grams or less than 1/10 of a pound. And that's... Oh, is there a third page? The other language shows something... Okay, apparently it's all not lumped into one group for each language. Let me see what I'm missing here. Ah, here we go. There is an operations page. Be sure to press each key accurately and firmly. This model has special soft keys. To avoid scratching the keys, do not push them with hard, sharp objects. And the final page... Oh, okay, it's got... The examples has all the different languages on it. So yeah, they just give you all sorts of examples. How to use constants. How to square or cube something. Oh yeah, so you don't have to press, you know, if you want to do 5 cubed, you don't have to press 5 times 5 times 5, you just press 5 equals equals. Well, I guess that's pretty much how all basic calculators work. You press the equals key over and over. Oh, now here's something I didn't know. If you want to do 1 over a number, just put in the number, press divide, and then press equals. I didn't know that. That's very cool. And if you want to take the percentage of two numbers divided, like 9 divided by 36, how much percent is that? Just press 9 divided by 36%. That's very cool. There's stuff I never do on a basic calculator, so I forget that you can do that sort of stuff. There is the manual. That's all the documentation. Well, there you go, folks. That is the Sharp elsi-mate EL-866 solar-powered folding wallet-sized calculator from 1985. A very beautifully crafted calculator. Has all the features you'd find on a modern 4-function calculator. It's just a very, very nice and a very beautiful piece of history. So hope you guys enjoyed this little demonstration, and I will see you in the next video.